Jerry Nadeau grabbed his second career win at California in 2001. After Jerry Nadeau's impressive win, he gained quite a bit of momentum moving forward, garnering 6 more top 10 finishes in 2001. 2002 was contract year for Nadeau at Hendrick Motorsports. With his win last year, Nadeau was committed to running well for Rick Hendrick, and it paid off. He won the Pontiac Excitement 400 at Richmond. With that, he was able to gain 5 more top 5 finishes that year. With his recent success, Nadeau signed an extension with Hendrick that would last him through 2007. In 2003, he stays in the 25 UAW Delphi Chevrolet, while Joe Nemechek jumps to MB2 Motorsports. Nadeau gets to continue his success with another win at Infineon. In 2004, UAW Delphi stays on Nadeau's ride. Meanwhile, Brian Vickers won the 2003 Busch Championship and is now ready for the Nextel Cup. Hendrick expands to a 5-car team, bringing the number 55 back to the Nextel Cup Series. GMAC comes along as the full-time sponsor for Brian Vickers. Jerry Nadeau wins for a second time at Atlanta. In 2005, Terry Labonte has finished his run in the Nextel Cup and is now doing part-time duty in both the Busch and Nextel Cup Series. His spot is taken by young rookie Kyle Busch. Other than that, Hendrick's fivesome remained the same. Brian got his first career win at Michigan, while Nadeau gained a win at Martinsville. 2006 saw UAW Delphi switch over to Brian Vickers' team, while Nadeau gained the GMAC sponsorship. Michael Waltrip was supposed to take over the 55, but Vickers is still there. So, Waltrip keeps the number 15, and Paul Menard does another full season in the Busch Series. Meanwhile, success came rare to Hendrick in 2006. The only successful drivers were Jerry Nadeau, who had 1 win at California, and Jimmy Johnson, who had 5 wins and won the 2006 championship. 2007 sees Hendrick drop to a 4-car team again. Brian Vickers leaves Hendrick to join the new Red Bull Racing Toyota team. Jerry Nadeau keeps his ride in the 25. Casey Mears, who was supposed to drive the 25 car, moves over to the 40 team for Chip Ganassi Racing as Juan Pablo Montoya makes his debut in NASCAR. David Stremme moves over to a part-time ride in the 33 Holiday Inn Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing.
And so today, it is with great honor to introduce my new boss for 2008, Mr. Rick Hendrick.
2008 shows another change at Hendrick. Dale Jr. moves over from DEI to Hendrick Motorsports. He replaces Jerry Nadeau as the 4th car in the organization. After J.J. Yaley did not live up to Joe Gibbs' expectations, Jerry Nadeau moves over to a 3-year deal with the new 18 M&M's Toyota. Kyle Busch stays at the 5 car, and Casey Mears remains in the 40 ride. Dario Franchitti decides to stay in IndyCar. Things are not going well for Nadeau at Joe Gibbs Racing in 2009, DNFing 10 times in the process. Kyle Busch remains in the 5 car and is dominant. Mark Martin was supposed to move over to the 5 ride, but since no rides were available at the time, Martin decided to call an early retirement. The slump continues on to 2010 for Jerry Nadeau. While Kyle continued his dominance in the new GoDaddy No. 5 Chevrolet, Jerry constantly falls in the back of the pack. He even had this scary accident at Daytona. The dominance he had earlier in his career has dwindled. Jerry Nadeau was kicked from the 18 car in 2011. Who replaces him? None other than Kyle Busch. That leaves a spot open in the 5 car. That was taken by Casey Kane. Originally, Kane was going to wait out a year and join Hendrick in 2012. Fortunately, the rider was available in 2011 and Kane moves over to the 5 Chevy for Hendrick Motorsports. Scott Speed stays over at Red Bull Racing for another year. And as for Nadeau, he moves over to Front Row Motorsports. Nadeau hopes a new ride can give him new confidence. It did not. As 2011 moves into 2012, poor finishes are the name of the game for Nadeau. For a while, he, David Reagan, and David Gilliland were teammates. But as Nadeau's poor runs continued, funding was not there to support a third car at Front Row Motorsports. Nadeau only ran half the season in 2012. Today, Nadeau will be found running part-time, driving the 74 car in the Nationwide/Xfinity Series. Will he ever come back? At the age of 45, he can make a potential return. But will it happen? Only time will tell.